Treasure Island, written by Robert Louis Stevenson, retold by Anne Watt. Part 2, Chapter 1, Jim Hawkins' Story 1, Part 2. Dear Livesey, the ship is ready. Its name is Hispaniola. I found a good man to be our cook on the ship. He's an old sailor, and he has an inn here in Bristol. He is going to help me find sailors for our ship. He knows a lot of men here. His name is Long John Silver. He has only one leg. Please send Jim Hawkins to Bristol tomorrow. Trelawney. I was very excited. The next morning, I said goodbye to my mother and started for Bristol. Mr. Trelawney met me there. When do we sail? I asked him. Sail? He said. We sail tomorrow. I had something to eat. Then Mr. Trelawney gave me a letter for Long John Silver at the Spyglass Inn. There were a lot of sailors in the Spyglass Inn. I looked round and saw a tall, strong man with one leg. He's Long John Silver, I thought. Mr. Silver, sir? I asked. Yes, that's my name. And who are you? I gave him the letter and he took my hand. Suddenly, one of the other men in the inn jumped up and ran to the door. I knew him. It was Black Dog. Stop him, I said. Stop him. It's Black Dog. Hurry, said Silver. Run and catch that man. A man got up and ran after Black Dog. Long John Silver turned to me. Who was that man? He asked. Black what? Dog, sir, I said. He's a pirate. A pirate? Said Silver. Ben, run and help Harry. You can catch him. But Ben and Harry came back without Black Dog. We lost him, they said. Well, what is Mr. Trelawney going to think? Said Silver. You know, Jim, we did try to catch him, and nobody in the inn knew that he was the pirate Black Dog. Now, Jim, come with me. We're going to see Mr. Trelawney. Long John Silver walked with me to meet Mr. Trelawney and Dr. Livesey. He told them about Black Dog. Mr. Trelawney listened carefully and then said, Well, we can't do anything about Black Dog now. John, tell all the men to come to the ship this afternoon. The doctor turned to me. Come and see the ship, Jim, he said, and meet our captain, Captain Smollett. So we went to the Hispaniola. Well, Captain Smollett, said Mr. Trelawney, I hope everything is ready. Well, sir, said the captain, it is, but I'm not happy about it. I don't like the sailors. Oh, said Mr. Trelawney. He was very angry with the captain, but Dr. Lindsay said, Tell me, Captain Smollett, why are you unhappy? Well, said the captain, I don't know where we are going, but all the sailors say we are going to look for treasure. I don't like it. I don't know this man. Well, what do you want? Asked the doctor. We must have all the guns in our rooms, sir, and Mr. Trelawney's men must sleep near us, not with the other sailors. And? Said Mr. Trelawney. You have a map. The sailors know about it. Nobody must see that map. Right, sir, said Mr. Trelawney. We can do that, but I think they are very good men. Trelawney, said the doctor later, you have two good men, Captain Smollett and Long John Silver. I don't know about the captain, said Mr. Trelawney angrily. Then Captain Smollett found me. And you, boy, go and help the cook. We worked all night and in the morning the ship left Bristol. The Hispaniola was a good ship, and we had good weather. The sailors all liked Long John Silver. In the old days, before he lost his leg, he was a good fighter. Some of them said he was always very good to me. Mr. Trelawney liked to give the sailors things to make them happy. There was always a big barrel of fruit for them. One night, after I finished my work on the ship, I went to get some fruit from the barrel. Everything was very quiet. I climbed inside the barrel to get the fruit. Suddenly, a heavy man sat down next to the barrel. He began to speak. It was Long John Silver. I stayed very quiet.
Yes,
he said.
Flint was our captain. I sailed with him many times. We had a big fight. I lost my leg, and Opio lost his eyes. I saw a lot of fighting and a lot of treasure too.
Ah, said the young man. Flint was a bad man. And where are all Flint's men now?
Most of them are here,
said Silver quietly.
on this ship. Opio's dead. And you, young man, do you want to have boss? Do you want to be a pirate?
Yes, I do.
Good,
said Silver.
You're going to be a good pirate.
Then a second man spoke to Long John Silver. It was Israel Hands.
I don't like our Captain John,
he said.
Let's kill Smollett and the others. No, we must wait. We must have Captain Smollett to sail the ship,
said Silver.
And Mr. Trelawney and the doctor have the map. Let them find the treasure first. Then we can kill them. Now, get me some fruit from this barrel.
I was very afraid. But then someone said, Land! Everybody ran to see the island. I waited for a minute. Then I climbed out of the barrel and ran too. The ship was now quite near an island.
Does anybody know this island?
Captain Smollett asked.
I do, said Silver. There were a lot of pirates here in the old days. That hill in the center of the island is called the Spyglass.
Then Captain Smollett showed Silver a map of the island. Silver looked at the map very carefully, but it was not Billy Bones' map. It did not show the treasure. I went to Dr. Livesey. Can I speak to you, please, Doctor? I said.
What is it, Jim?
He asked. Then I told the doctor, Mr. Trelawney, and Captain Smollett about Long John Silver.
Most of the sailors are pirates,
I said.
They want to kill us and take the treasure.
Thank you, Jim, said Mr. Trelawney. And, Captain Smollett, you were right. I was wrong. I'm sorry.
Silver is a very clever man, said the doctor. We all liked him.
What are we going to do, Captain? Asked Mr. Trelawney. The next morning, we arrived at the island. I remembered Billy Bones' map. I know there is a house on the island, I thought, but I can't see it from here. The sailors wanted to leave the ship, but Captain Smollett said,
Tell the men they can go to the island this afternoon.
What are we going to do? Asked Mr. Trelawney. We must think quickly. 3 of the men on the ship, Hunter, Joyce, and Red Roof, were Mr. Trelawney's men. He told them about Long John Silver and the pirates, and he gave them some guns. Then he spoke to the other men, the pirates. Men, he said, it's a hot day, and we are all tired. Take a boat and go to the island. You can come back this evening. The pirates were happier. 6 of them stayed on the Hispaniola. and 13 got into the small boats to go to the island. I quietly got into one of the boats, too. We arrived on the beach, and I ran away from the pirates. Long John Silver saw me.
Jim, Jim,
he said,
come here.
but I did not listen to him. I ran into the trees. I walked for a time. Then I heard the pirates talking angrily. There was some fighting, and one man died. He didn't want to help them, so they killed him. I thought, they are bad men. I ran and ran. How can I get back to the ship? I thought, the pirates are going to kill me too. I climbed the hill. Suddenly, I saw a man. Who's this? I thought, he isn't one of our men. Nobody lives on this island. I began to run back to the beach, but I was tired and the man ran very quickly. I stopped and took out my gun. The man carefully came out of the trees. Who are you? I asked.
I'm Ben Gunn,
He said.
I live here. The pirates left me on this island 3 years ago. What is your name?
Jim. I told him.
Well, Jim,
He said.
I am a very rich man. But tell me, who came in that ship? Is it Flint's ship?
No, it isn't. Flint is dead, I said. But some of his men are on the ship.
Not a man with one leg?
Silver? I asked.
Yes, Silver.
He said.
Are you a friend of his?
No, I'm not, I answered, and I told him everything.
Is Mr. Trelawney a good man?
Ben asked.
Perhaps I can help him.
Yes, he is very good, and I think he can help you too.
Good,
said Ben Gunn. But can you help me now? I asked. I must get back to the ship.
I've got a small boat,
he said.
You can use it tonight.
Suddenly, we heard the sound of guns. Listen, they are fighting, I said. We ran to the beach. We heard more guns. Then everything was quiet, and a flag went up above the trees. This is the end of Chapter 1, Part 2. To be continued in Part 3. See you then.